Welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast. Where's the third? Where's the third person?
We
That
kicked him
boy
off.
and his vacations, man.
Nah, man, we kicked him off. You don't have to lie to him, bro. He's gone. He's gone, bro.
Yeah,
Bro
we
spoke up. He spoke up a little bit too much. He spoke up just a
after
tad bit too much.
last week's episode, we were like, yeah, we're just gonna make this competition between me and Charlie. All right,
I mean, because truthfully, that list,
we can't compete.
that list,
Now that
list
he's
was too
not
good,
here, we can explain just how good the list was. All right, we get it. Which brings me to my next point of contention, my next part of housekeeping, which is the comments, baby. We got some comments, and Charlie, just get ready. All right,
I haven't read these chat, so I have no idea what's about to happen.
Pablo Raider _7 says, "Nah, y'all kept shitting on Ben's picks." Skull emoji.
Damn right, he deserved it.
Brandon, our wonderful Brandon. I was actually with him when he commented this. He said, "Great picks, Ben."
Oh my god,
Bro, I kept trying to cope, and I kept trying to sit down and go over the analytics with him and go over the Rotten Tomatoes and everything. And he was like, "I don't know, y'all are gonna need a lot to beat." He's like, "Truthfully, I don't know. Ben's probably got it in the bag." And I was like,
maybe. But if Daredevil's ass, I'm telling you, Ben's list falls apart. I promise. I promise. Because I guarantee also Superman. I don't think Superman's getting above a 90. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be good, but I don't think it's getting above a 90.
That's a fair point. But we looked at his other picks. Apparently, which I don't know if you know this, apparently Ballerina is like early tests and early reviews are saying it's almost as good, if not better than the John Wick movies.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I did not know that.
Yeah. Okay. Once he told me that, I was like, yeah, we might be cooked. And then we went over the Mission Impossible movies again, and he was like 94, 95. He was like 99%. I was like, oh my God, no. No way.
Nah, man, trust. This is gonna be the first flop. This is gonna be the first flop, bro.
Trust, we're coping. Chalk Clips said, "Love your podcast, man. I listen to them at work. Keep doing what you're doing. And Aiden, show your luscious hair, brother." So I have no beanie this episode. I got to do it for Chalk Clips.
Chalk Clips is spitting, bro. He's spitting. Hey, and I appreciate that. That's a nice comment. Wholesome ass comment. Thank you.
Exactly, bro. I think that one went up actually maybe a couple hours after the episode went live. Or maybe it was the next morning. I forget when, but I saw that and I was like, God, man, it's the most motivating shit ever, bro.
It feels nice, after doing it for so long, but we're on episode 80. But 80 is a lot of episodes, don't get me wrong. But to do it for so long, and we've had Mimish and Brandon, obviously, they've been consistent, but to have some new faces come in here and say that kind of stuff, that's nice. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. That's super cool.
Yeah, no, for real, because there are there was a split second where I read that comment and I was like, and this just goes to show just how much of it we've gone through, because I read that comment and I was like, I feel like I don't recognize the name, but maybe this is because there was this one guy and I feel like shit for not remembering his name. He watches he used to watch your streams all the time, and he came and he would comment on our podcast all the time.
Oh,
and he even Dobin, yes, Dobin. And for a split second, I was like, "Is this one of Charlie's fans or something?" But I like that. My mind immediately went to, "There's no way this is a new face that just is commenting and showing love like that." What? It was so foreign to me, and it genuinely made me feel so giddy, bro. It was. Another comment from CC058, which I believe she commented last. She might have been one of the One Piecers.
Yeah.
Cece commented and said, "Is Ben okay?" with a crying emoji. And there was a reply from Mikey_H119. He said, "I know, right? Bro went into hiding." Ben's technical difficulties.
That's just another reason that we kicked him off of the show. Actually, he just couldn't keep up with the technical aspect of the show, so we had to move on. Greener pastures.
We want to use StreamYard so bad, so we can't whenever he's here, I guess. And that is it for the YouTube comments. Thank you, every single one of y'all. Again, I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, that's over the last 3 episodes, that's 8, 5, and 6 comments. Like, compared to our last, 10 weeks, dude, I don't even think we reach all 10, 20 weeks combined don't even reach what we've gotten in the last 3 weeks. So,
Yeah.
it's so awesome. It's so incredible. I love to see it.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't agree more.
And that is it for housekeeping. Obviously, like, sub, comment, all that fun stuff. Please keep the comments rolling. I mean, this is my favorite part of the episodes. And you can text us also. I mean, you can comment if you're watching on YouTube, but if you're listening on audio and you just want to send a nice little text message, really not a huge difference, but if you feel ever so enticed to, go ahead and click that link in the audio description of whatever platform you are listening on, and you can go ahead and send us a text message. Now, Mr. Charleston, how has the week been, man? What have you been watching? Fill me in. Pause.
Yeah, die in my mouth, huh?
I keep dying in his mouth. Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's been a good week, man. Just been working away, and I don't think I've been watching too much stuff. I've been working on the next YouTube video I got coming out mostly. I did run into like a little hiccup. I'm running out of space because we talked about it a little bit with like the CQP level in recording. Because the lower the number, the higher the bigger the file size, I should say. And also because I have to record mine and you actually might have to do this too, because I think we talked about this, where you double the canvas so it's longer so you can record and so because I'm doing that, and my recording sessions are like on average like at least 2 hours long, dude, the file sizes, like I could probably look at a couple just right now for the next video I have, and overall the entire folder right now is sitting at over 1 terabyte of footage.
Jesus.
Yeah. And just one video, what's my highest video that I have? I think it's like 200 gigs is the highest one I have. So I think I have that. I thought, but my mistake was that I thought that the CQP number only goes from 1 to 20, but you can go above 20. So you can go a little bit worse quality. So I'm gonna try like 23 or 26. I was sitting at 20. I'm gonna try 23 or 26 and compare the quality and see how it looks, and see if it makes any noticeable difference. But that's what I've been trying to deal with all week. So interesting, but nothing too crazy. I want to get back into my watching bag. I got a lot of stuff I need to catch up on. Well, actually, no. I did watch one movie. I went.
Oh,
you knew
Jesus
I was going to go watch this. Yeah. Terrible choice. I shouldn't have done it. It was really, really bad. Flight Risk, was starring Mark Wahlberg and Topher Grace, and I forget the woman's name in that movie, but directed by Mel Gibson. Came out last weekend. I saw that in theaters, and oh my god. Dude, like the dialogue was terrible. The pacing was terrible. Mark Wahlberg, one of the worst roles I've ever seen him in. Not that he's ever like a huge standout in anything he does, but like this was terrible. Even Topher Grace, like he played Eddie Brock better than he played whatever role this was. He was just annoying, man. He was just annoying in this.
Jeez.
And I don't know. I guess I didn't notice it when I was watching it, but apparently the opening shot of the movie is it's on this motel, but it's like an AI generated shot. Apparently, I heard after I watched it, but I didn't really notice it when I first started watching the movie. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with how terribly put together this that movie was. So
God.
save yourself if you're thinking about going to do it. I mean, if you want to watch it, then go ahead. But like it was not good. There's so many lines about like bathroom humor, like pissing myself, shitting myself, that kind of like I don't know if Mel Gibson wrote that stuff or what, but like it's just what are we doing? I was so like, how many times is Topher Grace gonna say, "I almost pissed myself. I almost
Yeah.
pissed myself"? Dude, shut up! Oh my god!
I did see it. Someone on TikTok talk about the use of AI in the movie, and they kind of came to the conclusion where they were like, "Look, if they're using it to this extent, I wouldn't be surprised if part of the script was AI generated also." Because he talks about how bad the dialogue is and how it seems very likely that AI was probably used to finish most of the movie, which is insane to me. Like it's one thing just using AI for like I think it was the Brutalist where they refined some parts of like the accents they were using or like some buildings or whatever, like, and then that movie Late Night with the Devil where they used that one AI image to have a like a loading screen or a "We'll
Mm,
be back" screen,
yeah.
Halloween themed. It's one thing to do that, it's another thing when, like, you write a script with it or, like, you put genuine, fully AI generated movies or video shots in your like that Coca-Cola commercial that's fully AI, that's fully
Oh
done in
yeah,
AI.
the Christmas one. Yeah,
Like, what? Like,
yeah,
that's where it gets to a point. But, I mean, like I said, I mean, we've had the conversations where people will see one little bit, like what the Brutalist did, and they'll just run with it and act like they're the voice of all that's holy and good, and it's like, "Shut the fuck up, bro." Like, get over yourself. But there is a line, and it seems like Flight Risk soared over that. Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Oh my goodness, man, ridiculous.
I still can't believe you wouldn't watch that over A Complete Unknown. That's
Listen,
crazy.
man,
I mean,
if he's not
you got what you deserve. You got what you
if
deserve.
Timmy C's not in Dune, I don't care, bro. I don't care.
Crazy.
I'm just
One
kidding.
of the greatest actors of our generation. Uh yeah, I've been watching Severance. My God, man.
Yeah, you didn't keep me updated with
Yeah,
where you
well, because
landed.
I was hoping to finish the first season before we started recording. But like I said, I played Marvel Rivals for 4.5 hours yesterday. I played Marvel Rivals for 4.5 hours. What else did I do? I kind of just I recorded some One Piece. Like I've just been all over the place to where I look down and I'm like, I do not have an hour to spare to watch an episode, and I'm like, damn it. So it's been kind of tough, but I think I'm on episode 4 of the first season. Um, it's genuinely perfect, dude. Oh my god. It's
Fantastic show.
amazing. And I'm hearing that season 2 is even better, like 2 episodes in, and Ebba on Twitter's calling saying that it's not crazy to say that it might be the greatest show of all time. Like,
I didn't see
what?
him say that. I did not see him say that.
Well, I told Brandon, I was like, I got a buddy on Twitter who just said this, like, not even being hyperbolic, it might be the greatest show of all time, or it could end up being the greatest show of all time. And Brandon was like, "That's totally reasonable." I was like, "What? What?"
That's
So I don't know. I'm loving it though. I'm loving the mystery. I'm hearing that the week to week discussion is on par with the WandaVision days, which is part of why I was like, we got to talk about this. Like, there's no way we can just miss out on covering this show week to week if there's that much to dissect and dive into. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can get around to it. Maybe not. Even if we just have a little 10-minute discussion at the beginning of the episode to talk and speculate. I'm having a freaking blast with it though. It's genuinely jaw-droppingly phenomenal. I
Damn,
know
bro.
that's not a word, but I'm having a great time with it. So
Glad you
watched
finally got
that.
around to it, slow ass. Sorry, man.
Let's talk about let's have a genuine discussion about finally getting around to it. All right, all right. Pick your fucking feet up. Stop dragging your feet, all right? Let's see. What else? Charlie will be watching One Piece soon. We got
This
that out
boy's
of the way.
dreaming. He's dreaming, chat. He's dreaming.
No, but that's about it in terms of what I've watched. I've been watching Smiling Friends on HBO Max. Have you not seen
The
it?
hell is that? No.
Oh my god, dude, you have to watch it. Brandon, I had brought it up to Brandon and he was like, "Dude, you got to watch it if you ever come over, we have to throw it on." So, I was laying with my fiance and I was like, I just threw it on without even telling her what it was. I was just like, "Let's watch it." Episode like the first episode. Oh my god, dude. It's so impressive. It's like do you ever remember watching Mad TV, the animated Mad TV? It's just a bunch of like just imagine each episode's 10 minutes. They do the
Okay.
like you never know what to expect in any episode. There's not really a through line, but like we have our like main characters, our main group of characters and like what their job is, what they do for work or whatnot. But every single like I can't, I'm like trying to find the words to explain just how odd the show is. But it's so impressive with what they're able to come up with. Like for instance, in the first episode,
For
um,
instance.
this guy is trying to find he wants to find his piece of cheese because he keeps losing his piece of cheese and he thinks there's rats. So he tries to find these rats to get his cheese and to make them, eliminate them, stop grabbing his pieces of cheese. So he crawls through the walls of the workplace that they're at and he finds these little pink people that are the ones that are taking his cheese. And so he's like sitting there and the little pink guy, like just a little starfish, he's sitting there crying. So the guy's like, "Oh man, I can't do this to you." And he ends up finding this like cocoon that looks like a nut sack. And he accidentally opens it and all of these pink things start like falling out. Well, then we cut back to like our main plot of the story. The next time we cut back to him, he's crucified, and all of these little pink people are like screaming and murdering each other and like just going ham. And he's crucified in the middle of the office, and he said, "I just wanted my cheese." It is the wackiest show I have ever seen, and every single episode is like that. Just the craziest shit you could imagine.
You are on some weird stuff, bro.
It's so hilarious. The reason I started watching it was because a lot of people were comparing the animation in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spiderman to a piece of animation from the show. And at first I was like I thought it was funny and I was clowning on it a little bit, but I'll try and find that clip. But yeah, I've watched a couple episodes of that. My fiance actually wanted to keep watching it after that, which was baffling to me because that is not her cup of tea at all. So yeah, man, been having a great time.
Bro has been watching stuff. He's been keeping up on the goods.
Oh, big time.
Sounds like the weird stuff, but I mean, whatever. That's your prerogative, buddy. So it's all you, man. You can watch the weird stuff just like you do with One Piece all the damn time, but that's fine.
Yeah, well, you know what? Keep being in denial. I'll continue to let you make yourself look like a fool to everybody who watches this podcast and hears you continue
a fool.
Continue to shit on it.
You wish you were me, buddy.
Man,
you
I
wish you could
cannot.
go back to the days where you didn't watch it.
Yeah, just so that I could rewatch it all over again for the first time because it's
Yeah, I
that good.
realized that was a bad was a bad line. As soon as I was done saying it, I was like, "Ah, man, he can turn that around so quick."
Uh, Let me see here. I could pull this clip up. I've actually never seen this clip before, but hopefully this gives you a good idea of what you can expect in the show. Everything
Yeah.
sound good? All right.
Wait, actually play? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Their
No, I
character.
can't hear it. Oh, wait. Yes, I can.
You can?
Yeah, I can.
Are there any other characters from your stupid game?
Well, there is my trusty sidekick, Mr. Millipede. I wonder what he's up to.
I am so sorry, Gwimbly.
It's just wrong, man. Mr. Millipede is like a damn brother to me. And I'm going to say what nobody else is willing to say. America has a fat law crisis. Ew, ew, ew.
Are there any other characters?
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Ain't no way, man.
Is that not the funniest shit you've ever seen? Oh my god. Oh man,
That's you. You're something else, man.
it's a great show. But we've spent enough time dancing around what we're actually here to talk about. And that, my friends, is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Marvel's newest TV show, Marvel's newest animation project. Not to be confused with anything to do with our current MCU Spider-Man, because this is not canon. Just a fun little show that they decided to make, and we are here to talk about it. Now, Charlie, I don't know your thoughts. You don't know my thoughts.
Sure.
If I will let you decide who goes first based on how you think this conversation will go between the two of us.
I think I want to go first.
Okay.
What can I say about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? What I can tell you is that going into it, I had little to no excitement for the show. I am someone who grew up with obviously the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, and then a little bit later, the fantastic, absolutely phenomenal, spectacular Spider-Man. Two great animated shows that really bring you into the world of Spider-Man and show you his struggles in multiple different ways. And they, I believe, both rightfully get praised for that amongst fans even to this day. You still can on any given day scroll through YouTube and find a probably hour to 2 hour long video of why Spectacular Spider-Man is so great, like a new one being uploaded. So with that being said, though, in the most recent years, ever since the end of Spectacular Spider-Man, I don't think there's really been a good show. The best one has been Ultimate Spider-Man, and even then it wasn't that good. So I was very worried about this one. Just also adding into like the animation style and everything just wasn't spectacular. So
Nice pun.
thank you. I don't know. I wasn't worried, but I also wasn't excited. So when it finally rolled around, actually, I should say when the early previews started coming out and people were saying how good it was in the most recent days leading up to the show, there were people who got to see the entirety of the first season and said it was really, really good. And that was a shock to me, and it upped my excitement a little bit. So going into it, I was a lot more open-minded. I don't think I would have been closed-minded to begin with, but anyway, I went in a little bit happier and excited to see what would happen. With that being said, it's just all right. I think after watching the first episode, there's a particular moment that I really enjoyed. I'm going to try to stay spoiler free for now. There's a particular moment that I really enjoyed, and that I think was like the beginning of like showing how deep this show can actually get. But I feel like they never really grasped that again, and that was in the first episode. They never grasped that again in the second episode, or even for the rest of the first episode. And I don't know. I hope is a sign of great things to come. But so far, with the continuation of episode 2 and the focus that it took on Peter's life, I guess I can say without spoiling it, it 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 takes a turn that almost seems, I don't know, well treaded already, if that makes sense. And I can appreciate it, but at the same time, I feel so disinterested in it at the same time. But with that also being said, about the Spider-Man aspect of his life, I think that's very well done. I think the way that Spider-Man is handled in this so far, there's so many different interesting ideas, and this won't be spoilery, but like his homemade suit that you can see in the trailer and whatnot, he clearly has like some sort of like CO2 can mounted to his back. And they don't explicitly say what it's for, but I can only assume it's to help blast the webs forward, because there's a moment in the show where he actually like turns up the pressure so it can blast even further. And so I think that that's a really cool detail, and I love how just snarky he is this time around. You know, they nail that part of the character. And I saw this part isn't coming from my mind, granted. So I saw someone on Twitter say that like they hope that the personality that Peter has while he's Spider-Man bleeds into his life as Peter, because I think it's been a relatively well talked about area of Peter Parker in recent iterations, that he's not as like comic accurate as everybody would hope. Not that I'm a super stickler about comic accuracy, but just he has been like this little nerdy shy kid a little bit too much, and it's probably been overdone to this point. But I do think, as I said, a good sign of things to come. I hope that is also something that will evolve and change as the show continues. And however that looks, I hope it's great. But to jump back to like the Peter aspect of things, it just seems like his life is so
Convenient.
mundane, if that's the like.
No.
I get that they're trying to make it exciting with this internship thing and whatnot, but I find myself like wanting to get through those scenes. It's cool to see certain people and the different ways that they try to weave different people into the world that you wouldn't have expected to see. I do appreciate that aspect of it, but overall, just watching him, I don't know, try to solve equations and whatnot, I find myself wanting to get through to the next Spider-Man scene and see how he evolves in that world and that aspect of his life. But also, with that being said, I know I keep saying with that being said, but the friendships, or the one main friendship he has, I am interested in that. And I do think that they are so far doing a good job with building up conflict within that. And I'm excited to see where that goes as well. And the one big elephant in the room I don't think I've talked about yet, and I know I'm yapping. I'll try to hand it off to Aiden here in a second. The animation, that was a big thing that a lot of people talked about. The animation and the art style, big thing a lot of people talked about going into this show. And I gotta say, yeah, I'm really not a fan. With the exception of like certain action scenes, I think it can look really cool in motion. There's a fight in the very first episode that I think they did a cool thing with, that they wouldn't have really been able to pull off in a way that was as elegant as that was, if they were doing like a regular old 2D animation style. But dude, just like in the slow moments watching two characters have a conversation. In episode 1, Peter and May have a conversation about something. Dude, the mouths moving and the way that they look when they move, it looks like almost at like a slower frame rate than the rest of their movements. To me, I don't know if that makes sense. And it just, I did not like that. But it's a thing that like I throw it away in my mind. I was able to anyway. I don't just stare at their mouths as they talk. So I don't hate it too much. I was able to get past it, and I'm trying to be more open to it because I also didn't like the Spider-Verse animation style when it was first introduced, and it grew on me. So I'm hoping that is the same for this. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see where the show goes from here, but I can't say my tone has has changed from not being excited about it. I'm still not very excited about it. That being said, Coleman Domingo, really good as Norman Osborn. I'm excited to see what's up with that and how that, especially with the ending of episode 2, without spoiling it, how that goes. I'm excited to see how that relationship blossoms in certain ways. So yeah, I don't know. It's a good thing to pass the time, I guess, until Invincible in like a week. I don't know. I know I sound negative on it, but truly I'm not trying to be too much, I guess.
Yeah, I think that this was like phenomenal. I thought it was great.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I genuinely did.
Did we kick the wrong person off the podcast, chat? Oh my god.
Dude, I thought it was awesome. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to push back even more and say that the animation's growing on me a lot.
Hey,
and that I went into
great.
this not being a big fan. I went into this shitting on the animation. We were just talking about it.
Bro, he was hating on this show, Chad. He was absolutely hating on this show.
I had no type of excitement, no type of hype for this show at all. And I wouldn't say I was going into this as a hate watch because it's Spider-Man, but like I wasn't expecting anything out of it. I literally watched it a couple hours ago. You know, like I just pushed it off until the day of, and there was nothing calling out to me about this. But man, watching it, I had an amazing time, and I think the animation fits the style of the show very well. It feels like just a fun comic book come to life. Getting a new iteration of Peter Parker and his story, but this time with MCU characters and, you know, a free range of characters you could use for Spider-Man in an animated show. Like, it's checking off all of the boxes for me, especially all of the Norman stuff that they're doing, all of the Norman Osborn stuff. Now, there is some where, you know, the end of episode 2, I am hesitant on, but again, we'll talk about that. Everything else, though, I mean, my only complaint is how easy things have been for Peter so far. Like, again, we don't see too much of Peter's life interfering with, or Spider-Man interfering with Peter's life. Like, he still makes it to his internship on time. The only thing is he misses a party that all of his friends invited him to that he really didn't need to go to. Nobody really would have cared. There was no consequences there if he missed it. And then he leaves on his 15-minute break to go stop this villain, and then he comes back and everything's like fine with the exception of Norman wanting to talk to him. Like, things feel too convenient for him. There's not enough push and pull with the Spider-Man and Peter aspect. And granted, we have lots more episodes. This is only the first 2 episodes. I'm sure we'll get a lot more of that, and I'm sure he's going to hit conflict somewhere. But that's it. That is my only complaint so far with it. I think the voice acting is great, which we can touch on that later. Speaking of voice acting, like I said, I love the premise of a Spider-Man show with MCU characters that's not canon to the MCU. Like they have free range to do whatever they want with this. Just their little pocket of this Spider-Man show, with this story about Spider-Man that they want to tell. Like this is kind of what, in a way, this is going to sound dumb, but in a way, this is kind of what I wanted What If to be. Don't be canon to the MCU. Don't tell a linear story. Just give me pockets of the multiverse and do whatever you want with it. And I feel like this is Marvel doing whatever they want with this story of this iteration of Peter Parker. And what am I going to do? Complain about that? I don't think it's going to be as great as Spectacular Spider-Man. Like, I don't think it's going to hold a candle.
Don't ever speak on it. Don't ever, ever.
Actually, I did.
Ever.
Actually,
no, you haven't.
Actually,
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Actually, I did. Actually, I did.
No, you haven't, buddy.
That's fine. I did.
That's fine.
Oh, and even if I didn't, you want me to not talk about it? Yeah, says the One Piece hater over here. Says the dude that comes on here and preaches like he knows anything about top tier animation. Kick him out the chat. I mean, like, I don't think it's gonna hold a candle to any of these previous Spider-Man animated shows. But with the track record Marvel's been on, I mean, this is a step in the right direction. I think this is a perfect step in the right direction. Even some of that stuff in the first episode that we got. There's a little pocket in that episode that was gorgeous. And I think shows the ceiling that this show can
we might be talking about the same thing with that.
With Lonnie.
Yeah.
Like it shows potential of the ceiling that this show has.
Yep.
Granted, they don't go back to it in episode 2, and again, that's my only complaint.
That's my complaint as well.
That is my only complaint with the show. But knowing that they have the ability to, and them showing us that they have the ability to, makes me trust that it might be in the right hands, especially because we haven't even scratched the surface on this show yet. I mean, we're 2 episodes in. Like, we haven't really seen Peter deal with any villains that kick him to the point where he can't get back up. Like, everything's been a walk in the park for him so far. So will we reach that point? Yes, I think so. Will we get to see some of that storytelling come back in those moments? I have faith that yes, because I've seen that they can do it already in a minute clip. So I have no complaints except for that. I thought both episodes were phenomenal. I mean, even the line, like it is screaming Peter Parker to me. And that's all I could really ask for. Like that line where he says, if you could stop a truck, you can ask out the girl of your dreams. Like, that's just blending those two lifestyles together and seeing.
See, I agree with that line. That does sound like something that like even Spectacular Spider-Man would say.
That's what I'm saying. So you have those moments. Episode 2, again, not a lot. But I've already voiced my complaints with how convenient everything is for Peter. But still, even Aunt May looking at him and being like, ask if it's a paid internship because we're down on our luck. Like that's Peter Parker. That's Spider-Man for me. Like, like Aunt May isn't like, oh my God, yes, do this. This is a perfect opportunity. She's like, see if that bitch is paid. If that bitch is paid for first, like, we gotta get some money coming through here. Like those little things and those little moments where they have so much attention to detail, has been more than enough for me so far. I think it's a 9 out of 10 so far for me. I'm loving the show. I am loving it. Right. We haven't even touched Daredevil, Dr. Octopus. Like, we haven't even gotten to like the shit that is going to continue to slap. Even just Doctor Strange showing up, a comic accurate Doctor Strange showing up in the first episode. Like, I don't know. That shit is just so sick to me. Just seeing the potential that this show could have. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're smoking. I think this shit is phenomenal so far.
Talk about a writer, chat. Talk about
You're the Spider-Man guy. I'm surprised you're even shitting on it.
I'm not. Well, I wouldn't even say that shitting on it is the right way to say how I'm feeling. Because like I said, like it's just it feels like it could be so much more, and they've shown me what they can be, and I want that again, and I haven't gotten that. I don't even feel like we got a moment like that with just Peter. Like, sure, there's the beginning of the episode with. I'm going to go into spoilers now, chat. By the way, if you haven't seen the first 2 episodes of the show, do not continue, or if you don't care, then continue. But the beginning of the first episode, they have the little scene in the car with Peter and May. But I just feel like it's a conversation I've seen 1,000 times, right? Like them talking about them losing Uncle Ben. Like it's nothing, no new line thread there or anything like that. It's not nothing crazy. So I didn't necessarily feel anything different with that scene. But when we talk about the Lonnie scene and how, I also just want to talk about for a second, the main actor. I don't know what he was smoking.
This show is woke as fuck.
This is
what are you talking about?
I've ever seen in my life, bro. This is the most woke Spider-Man shit I've ever seen. This dude was tripping. Oh my god. But anyway,
when I saw the reports that he misspoke and that wasn't like what he meant, I was like, well then what the fuck did you mean? Because this is the most woke Spider-Man shit, and I love it. Like I love it, but I'm like sitting here trying to think like, what did you mean by that? Like, what do you think woke and annoying means in your mind? This is the most woke shit. Like in Spider-Man media.
No, yeah.
Like,
dude, and like, because like when I was watching like the little throwaway line of Nico right when she stopped Peter of from asking out Pearl, she was like, I know, I thought it was going to be one of us, like that little throwaway thing. And then Lonnie, the entire sequence of Lonnie walking home, sitting on the subway, having an old lady pull her assumedly grandchild away from him, because we can only assume because he's black, and then having a cop slowly follow behind him while he's walking down the street. Like, bro, how this dude's like, I don't. Anyway, but that whole sequence was, I thought was fantastic, and that is what if there is a lot more of that in this show, it's going to be fantastic. I think I will fall in love with it. I'm still getting over the hump of the animation. And I hope that that's a hump that I can get over, truthfully. But like I said, action-wise, and the action scene I wanted to point to, by the way, was the Doctor Strange fight. The moment when like he flips the entire school upside down. I don't think that could be done as well in like a regular 2D animation. Like that, because of the animation style that they're going with and the art style, I think that was it served it justice there in that sequence, and I thought that was really well done. And I also like watching Peter fight. I don't think it was either Pyro or I don't know butane. Yeah. I also thought that fight scene was really, really good. Went on a little bit long, I think, if you ask me. Like by the time he kicked him into the pet shop and Peter was running around the pet shop, I was like, all right, man, I get this. Like it's we're sitting on this a little bit too long, but still cool, still enjoyed it. And I agree with you about the no consequences so far. Like they try to like artificially give us consequences with like, oh, he's late and the teacher asked him to stay after class. Oh, Norman Osborn wants to talk to him, but that's not now after the ending of episode 2 and Norman showing, I know that you're Spider-Man, that there's not going to be any repercussions for him being late to anything at this is in terms of Oscorp later on, assuming that he continues. I think from what we've heard about this show, he is going to be working with Norman in terms of his Spider-Man stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's a great, it's a really good beginning. I don't think it was enough to like make me super excited about what's to come because they didn't show me more of the peak of the show, the peak that I think I saw with episode 1 and 2, which was the Lonnie stuff. And if I can see a promise that there's going to be more of stuff like that, I think I'd be a lot more excited. But not even just, and I want to clarify, not just with Lonnie. I'd like to see that with Nico, for example, as well, because I feel like she's kind of just there right now. You know, there's nothing. She's Peter's friend, but that's as much as we know. And she's maybe bi, maybe lesbian, gay, whatever. That's all we know. And I will say, I will push back also a little bit on your what you said about no consequences for missing the party. I think the consequences will come. Like, that's the beginning of the consequences of like the breaking down of his friendships, or his one friendship with Nico, because she wanted him there, and because he wasn't there, she wasn't able to like be herself, or she wasn't as comfortable as she would have been otherwise, kind of thing.
That is true. Yeah, I can give you that. I mean, still, you know, it is just one of those things where it's like, in the grand scheme of things, that might seem like a big consequence, but so far, not really at all. This frame right here is one that I keep going back to where I'm like, this kind of gives me hope in the potential of the show. You know what I mean? Like these little moments we see of like the spider mask flashing in his glasses.
Talk
and
about a rider, bro.
things of that sort. You're the Spider-Man guy. I don't know what you're
Bro, hey man. I would
doing.
ask you to lift up your little sweater on the podcast and show us your chest real quick, but I don't think that's gonna be good for YouTube, okay? You want to talk about me being the Spider-Man guy. Yeah. For audio listeners, he has the Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire spider tattooed on his fucking chest. He's talking to me about being the Spider-Man guy.
Which is why I have faith in this show, and which is why I think it's done a really good job so far. But Mr. Ben for the day wants to come on here and be like, this is just not that great.
Listen, hold on.
Man,
I'm saying
little.
it's good. I'm saying it's good, but I don't think it's like it's nothing crazy. It's nothing like, I don't think it's 9 out of 10 good. Like, I disagree there. I think it's like 6.5
Oh my
out
God,
of 10 good.
Just stop.
6.5 to 7 out of 10 good.
Stop right there.
You're something
I don't know,
bro.
bro. I have faith. I think it's shown a lot of potential. Like, even that, like, it's the little moments, like Spider-Man, like stopping that girl from robbing that pizza guy, and then just being like, "Hey, look."
Oh,
I actually forgot about that moment.
That's a really good moment too. Actually.
And like, I saw a nice tweet earlier where somebody said, "I really love how the show immediately solidified his attentiveness to his community." Like, him being able to sympathize and offer a peaceful solution between these civilians, and like how that made him happy to see that. And like, you combine that with like the Lonnie stuff. Granted, there's not a lot in episode 2, which I will give you that. Episode 2, it feels like they focus a lot more on like the world building. Like, we get Amadeus Cho, we get someone from Wakanda. Like, we get a lot in episode 2 that's not so much Peter's personality and who he is as a person, and how he struggles with the life of Spider-Man and Peter, and how people around him are struggling in New York City. I will give you that. Episode 2 doesn't do a lot of that, but I don't really think it needs to, whenever you've done that much groundwork in episode 1 with all of those little moments that we've covered. Like, I don't know. To me, at least, I think that's enough for me to be like, they understand this character. They understand how to handle emotional moments, and how to build on these characters. Like, that's enough for me to understand this show's ceiling. And maybe part of me is biased, or maybe part of me is influenced with the overwhelming amount of people that have said that this show is amazing. Maybe part of me is like, okay, I see what they were talking about. Maybe it only goes up from here. Maybe the rest of the show is like this, because this so far has been great. Maybe that's just me. But I think I have faith in what they're able to do with the rest of the show.
I mean, yeah, as I agree. I think they've really done a justice to side characters and irrelevant characters like the robber and whatnot. I do think that, speaking of the robber thing, I do think that is also a good reflection on Peter and the way that he operates in this world. I do agree with that as well. But just the intricacies of Peter's life as Peter, and as I
I can
mentioned
give you
before,
that. I can give you that.
with his friendships and just the way he goes about the world as Peter Parker are so far what I think are lacking. And Spider-Man, I think, is great. I think Spider-Man is this is a great beginning of Spider-Man, and I can see this Spider-Man evolving even further into slightly more snarky or getting angry. I would love to see this if this Peter or this Spider-Man can get stupidly angry one time when he's out fighting. It was like I liken it to like this is a very small moment and it was short-lived, but in No Way Home when he's fighting Doc Ock for the first time on the bridge, and then Doc Ock's like, I should have killed your little girlfriend when I had the chance. And then Tom's Spider-Man is like, what did you just say? Like, dude, that's the kind of stuff that I want, but I want it prolonged. I want to like see that anger fleshed out and him releasing that. And so I'd love to see that. And I do think that this Spider-Man, as he's Spider-Man, I want to clarify, I do see that happening. But Peter, so far, I don't like. They established that he has a crush and he's really trying to fit into the world, and he's kind of just somehow fitting in. Like Lonnie just likes him because Lonnie's a nice guy. And
Yeah.
it seems like he's becoming popular just because like he got invited to this big football party. He's hanging out with all the jocks, and there's just there's no real leg work from Peter on that aspect. It almost seems like he's benefiting both being Spider-Man and Peter, which like that's a different take, sure, and I'm not mad at that, but I just want it to make more sense because I don't know what it's called, but what is like when and this isn't the plot necessarily, but what is it called like when the main character is driving the plot versus the plot driving the main character? Not that this is the plot that we're talking about, but it seems like the people around him are driving Peter to this certain direction rather than Peter driving himself. So that might be part of my issue, but I don't think that it's stuff that can't be rectified as we continue. So only 2 episodes. We're getting 3 more next week, and I'm interested to see how that goes. But I can't say that I'm like stupid excited, like overly excited to see where they can go with that. I'm going to tune in for sure, but 9 out of 10, you gotta learn
I
how
think
to,
it's
how to
great.
ride a little less.
I mean, I can give you that. I really can give you that because I would like to see a more recluse Peter. Not so much a Peter that's automatically in with all the jocks and is rubbing their trophy for good luck and getting invited to like all these parties. Like I can give you that. And I can agree with you on that part about the Peter aspect of everything. I think I kind of liken it to the no consequence thing, to where he is just kind of falling upwards the entire show so far. To where even when his crush gets asked out by the jock, and like when that happened, I was like, okay, this is sick. Like he's friends with Nico, who's another outcast, it seems like. And he can confide in her, and now his crush just got taken. But then Lonnie just loves him, and then Lonnie just introduces him to his whole football squad, and then Lonnie invites him to a party. Like he's just conveniently falling, and that's why I jumped in earlier and I said when you were like Peter's life is just so, and I was like convenient, because it is just everything is just working out in such a convenience to him. There is a line I will say where at the end of the episode, before he after he gets that pizza shop guy his money back, he also finds the DVD player, and he was like, "Free pizza and a free DVD player? Man, what is my luck today?" or something like that. I think that could be intentional to where maybe it's the show being like, okay, look at how great everything's going for Peter right now. Now, this is just the calm before the storm, or this is just look at his luck. I mean, the second episode is even called Peter's luck.
It's called the Parker luck.
Parker, yeah, the Parker luck.
Yeah.
So maybe, and that's why I'm pushing back so hard, because I'm like, well, we're 2 episodes in. I can give you that. I can agree with you on that, though, because that is my only complaint so far, is the lack of consequence and the convenience of Peter's life outside of Spider-Man.
Hey man, I'm glad you opened up your eyes and agreed with sound reason and logic.
Look, buddy, not everything's gonna be spectacular Spider-Man, buddy. All right, get off the show. All right, the show has been worn out. All right, you can hop off it now a little.
Don't ever say that ever again. That's why he showed up in Across the Spider-Verse, though. Yeah, that's what I thought, buddy. Shut up, man. You don't know what you're talking about, man.
Charlie, does it hurt? Does it hurt right now, man?
Jesus,
up, what are we doing?
No, I know this dude's not talking. 9 out of 10, first 2 episodes. Holy
and you can go up
brother.
and you can see how many other people agree with. All right, buddy, you're in the minority right now. Always the minority is in the minority, folks.
Always in forever, bro.
And the other minority is in the majority. I want to read some of these comments from the live stream that when Peter took the dude's phone, and then we can hop into some of the cool stuff in episode 2. I thought some of them were funny. There is a cool detail at the end. I don't know if you've seen it yet. That I like that the show added this. So Peter takes the phone from the bullies that are live streaming, and he's just like kind of talking to them, whatever. And some of the comments, one dude was like, "This is a new low for this account." And then the other one said, "You got beat up by a guy wearing hockey pads, LMAO." And then someone said, "I'm unsubbing." He said, "I want my donation back."
That's crazy. That's wild.
And then someone else said L plus ratio, which is just, oh my god. Classic. There is one of the last comments on there is from somebody. I'll save the name first. It says, "If you guys want to see better content, check out my channel." And the comment is from somebody named Screwball.
Yep. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. One of my favorite characters in the PS4 stuff, man. Super cool.
What, man? I thought it was a cool little Easter egg.
No, it is. Yeah. No, I'm not. I think that the hate for that character is forced a little bit at this point. Like obviously, yeah, she's a little bit annoying, but I think that's the purpose. So I mean, you could call it like laying the groundwork for that to possibly be a thing in the future. I don't know if that's.
I doubt it.
Like,
I think it's just a cool
it's
little
a funny like Easter egg thing, and then like if she does show up in the future, then she shows up. But I don't think that's like a telling or anything.
Yeah, no. I like the attention to detail that they're showing so far in the show. So
yeah, I bet you do 9 out of 10.
Oh my god, this guy. And I just know when Ben comes back, he's gonna be fully on your side. Oh my god.
I don't think so. I don't think so, actually.
No, I think so. If you're having those complaints, I think it'll just be Ben will have the same, and they'll be exaggerated. That's just
exaggerated.
How it goes. That's just how it goes. When there's something that I love and one of y'all has a complaint, the other one has 10 times the complaint.
No, I feel like you and Ben agree more than me and Ben. You got me tripping. Bro.
No. Venom. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spiderman.
Bro has 2 examples, and one is not even confirmed.
Well, because every other one, I mean, like what, Sonic 3?
You guys, that was both of you.
We were all in the same boat.
Yeah, but you guys were more high on it than me, though.
I was up here. Ben was right here. You were down here.
Really? I guess. I mean, maybe I misremember that, but.
Venom 3. Obviously, we went over. Eternals. That was me. That was more so me and you. But
yeah, we were
really
in agreement.
No,
I'd say we were in agreement.
I'll give you Alien Romulus. Me and Ben were, but that's horror. It's subjective. You had your reasons.
The Penguin episode 3 or 4 or whatever it was with Kristen Milioti.
Yeah, and then look what happened. You jumped the gun so fast, and then once the end of the episode came, I'll give you that, bro. It was important. I'll give you that. It's gonna be the same shit this time around.
Oh my god, bro. About what? I didn't say anything was not important this time around. All I said is that I wish there was more. I wish there was more to chew on, man.
Oh, let's see. In 2 episodes. Wow. In the first 2 episodes of the TV show. That's crazy.
God. You know what we got in the first 2 episodes of Better Call Saul? We got the whole we got Mike pouring his heart out about how he broke his boy. Okay. That made the whole first season. All right. You want to talk about the first 2 episodes.
Let me refute your entire point just now. Because what was your whole argument a couple years before you watched Better Call Saul? Oh, that shit, bro. You're writing the show. It's the same thing. Oh, I'm writing the show now, but what happens here in a couple of weeks? Oh, the same thing that happened last time whenever you watched Better Call Saul.
Whenever it comes to comic book stuff, though, you're wrong. Every time, bro, you're wrong. Like, you were wrong about Eternals. I turned your ass around on that. Venom 3, you're wrong, buddy. You're wrong about Venom 3, and you'll come to that realization someday. You're wrong about Multiverse of Madness. You're wrong about which one did I like? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier show. You're wrong. You're just wrong, man.
Hell no.
You're always wrong when it comes to comic book stuff. And so you're about to learn this time around. You're also going to be wrong. But hey.
All right.
And actually, you were already wrong too, because you thought this show was going to be ass. And look, you turned around, you just started hopping on it. You started hopping and you started again. Yay!
And so did you. And so were you. You just don't want to go back on how you felt before the show came out. So you're like,
hold on. I wasn't hating it as bad as you were. I was just like, yeah, it doesn't look great. You were like, nah, that shit looks like dog shit, bro. You were
right.
Yeah.
Before the show came out, right. Before the show even came out. Interesting how pre-show judgment worked.
That's crazy, bro.
Kind of the same way that you were dogging Better Call Saul, and then you watched it, and now you can't stop talking about it every episode. Crazy. Is that not the same thing?
Every episode. Bro lives in a different timeline. It's insane. Holy cow.
Holy shit. What'd you think about Norman finding out he's Spider-Man this early?
I have nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that we've gotten in this space as a comic book community, if you can say, about secret identities, because the MCU doesn't really have any. MCU Peter for a long time, and this annoyed me with MCU Peter, I will say. Just any chance he got, he'd take his mask off. Oh, my name's Peter, by the way. Like that stuff, it does annoy me. But he tried his damnedest. He tried his hardest to hide his identity, and then just slipped up because there's a camera. Admittedly, a stupid mistake. Like, you should know this is Oscorp, a gigantic corporation. Of course, they're gonna have cameras all over the building. Kind of a dumb mistake, but I'm not angry about it. I think it makes sense thematically. I think it's a normal mistake to make, and I don't think that it's telling of Peter's character in any way. What's more telling is if he's just so open to tell anybody and everybody his secret identity. And so luckily they rectified that in the MCU, and we'll see how they continue with that moving forward. I know that we're not talking about the MCU here, but and this time around, I think that he's going to try to hold it as long as possible. But I think that they're also really setting up with Nico. I think Nico's going to find out eventually.
Yeah.
I think that in order for their friendship to continue, she's going to have to be told about what he does. And also, I want to another neat little thing that I wanted to say. They don't make it explicit that Norman Osborn is going to be a villain this time around.
Yeah.
It seems, from what we've heard, he's more of a friendly character. But I do love keeping that door open, because this whole time I'm thinking, oh, he's going to be like the Tony Stark shoe-in, and he's going to be a nice guy. He's going to be friendly, yada, yada, yada. Maybe Harry will be Green Goblin or whatever. But when he's introduced, when we first see him, they're playing the song that was in the reveal of Spider-Man in Civil War. When your left hand's free, that song. I forget, I don't know what it's actually called. But then there's a line in the song that says, "Oh no." And then at the end of the episode, when it shows Norman and then the episode ends, this part of the song that says "Oh no" happens as soon as he shows up on screen. And so might be a little something there with that, which I do think that that's super cool. But I don't know. Obviously, we have to keep watching the show to find out. I just don't like to dick ride a show after the first 2 episodes, you know? I like to see what comes of it, you know? Crazy, bro. Crazy.
You're overcompensating. You're just overcompensating for your inevitable, oh, this episode won me over. Everything they did in this episode, this is what I've been waiting to see. You do it every single time. You did it. You did it with the Penguin. You literally did it with the Penguin. You literally did it with the Penguin.
That's actually awesome, because you always make the joke, what's that? Oh, my wireless headphones cut out. They can't hear bitches or whatever you say. My headphones actually cut out while you were I'm not joking. I didn't get a word of what you said.
Oh my god.
Oh man, my headphones actually do tune out fucking stupid ass opinions.
I think I'm lagging so bad right now.
Oh my god. No, it was actually my headset. I heard that because I heard the sound like it turned off and then they turned it back on randomly. I don't know why. So
you fucker.
I didn't do anything. It just did that. I swear. It was like,
literally,
hey, let me help you out.
You literally did it with the Penguin. You
switched up,
and it's all right there. No, you said I just don't see the hyper on this episode. It's not great, and I don't see how it can be important. And I sat there and I said, shit that happens later on in the show will show you how important it is. Sure enough, we get back to episode 8. You're right. It wouldn't have been as important if it wasn't for that episode 4. Yeah. I will go back on it. You're gonna do that. You're overcompensating because you're gonna do the same thing this time. You're scared. Man, you're scared to fall in love, and I get it. You're scared to fall in love, and I get it. Just it's okay, Charlie. It's okay.
Of course, I can admit when I'm wrong. You know, that's just
this is a safe
space. If anything, that's great, man. You know,
get that look off your face, man.
And soon enough, you're gonna be admitting that maybe I shouldn't have wrote it so hard. I'm not saying the show's gonna be ass.
Yeah, overcompensating. What, overcompensating.
What are you talking about?
Because when it gets time, when we get to the end of this show, and let's say it's great, it is amazing, it is phenomenal. They do a lot of really amazing things. I'm gonna be like, I told you this shit was amazing. They showed their ceiling in the first 2 episodes, and I told you that it had a lot of potential to be amazing. And you're gonna be like, I never said it wouldn't be amazing. Did I ever say that? I said that I wanted to wait. You're overcompensating.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You're covering all your bases.
Yeah, I'm covering my bases. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's you know what? Maybe you're onto something there. Maybe you're onto something that I wasn't even onto what I do. Okay, I'll admit that.
I know you. We've done hundreds of thousands of hours of this. I know you like the back of my hand.
Shut your ass up, Flowy boy. Okay.
The last question I was going to ask, because they've done nothing with Harry so far. He's had 2 appearances. You said maybe there's a way Harry could be Green Goblin. Maybe it's not Norman. Is there a way that they do anything with Lonnie instead?
Well, Lonnie, I
didn't know. I was going to ask you if he was somebody in the comic.
I believe that Tombstone's name is Lonnie. I believe.
That is true. His name is Lonnie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Lonnie Lincoln.
Oh, 100% it is. 100%.
It is?
I think.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. Holy shit, it is. Yeah.
Damn, that's gonna be tragic, bro.
Wow.
Tragic. Whatever makes him too. Ah, man. I think I might be wrong. I might be wrong about this.
Oh my god, no way! Holy shit!
I mean, like, I didn't even like. I knew Lonnie was Tombstone as I was watching it, but like, I didn't like what they're doing with Lonnie already, and like, however they fold that into him becoming Tombstone. Fuck, that's gonna break my heart, bro. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be so good.
Because he says
right
he's
now.
gonna check out the alternator for his mom. And doesn't Lonnie run, or doesn't Tombstone? Because I know at least in Spider-Man 2 or in the Spider-Man games, he has an auto shop.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got the full experience in one episode. I mean,
dude, that's gonna be so good, man. That's gonna be such a good fucking. But see, if they do it right, that's gonna be so damn good.
That's what I'm saying, and it's like it's those moments that they show that they can. You already see, okay, you got a little bit of this in this minute of TV show that we've seen, like a whole episode centered around that. Like, I don't know. So maybe
I'm holding true. I want to clarify though that I am holding true. Like, they need to nail Peter. They're not nailing Peter right now, and that's my big thing going forward. I need them to nail Peter,
and I'll give you that. I will give you that. We can agree there. We are in agreement there that the Peter stuff has to be better, and that so far for me is my only complaint. You not so much, but you know I get it. But yeah, so maybe the Green Goblin stuff waits. We already got to see a symbiote, which I thought looked so. I'm not gonna lie, the symbiote looked fucking sick. Like, I immediately just imagined. I thought so. I immediately went to like, holy shit, what happens if we ever get a Venom? Like, this symbiote already looks nice right here.
I will say, like, color wise and whatnot, I agree.
Color, yeah, the light blue.
Look, like, I don't know. I just don't know what, like, it's just an alien. Is that like what a symbiote looks like?
Not the design
on a weird thing. Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't
know,
like
not so.
Okay.
I'm talking about like the eyes and the color.
Oh, fair. Okay, I agree with that.
Amazing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It looked like an alien monster. I mean, I didn't really care for that, but that opening scene with Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange's design and his look and the symbiote. I mean, I feel like that kind of won me over immediately to where I was like, wow, they're showing a lot of really promising things right out the gate. And then skipping over his origin, like skipping over Uncle Ben's origin.
Like,
yes, dude. Like, because they know that we don't have to see it 1,000. I just immediately was like, it feels like they are listening to what a majority of people would have wanted out of a Spider-Man.
I am more interested now, though, in how Uncle Ben died exactly, because he died before Peter was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I am, because like it's so intrinsically tied to Peter letting the robber go. The idea that, like, and then that robber ended up killing Uncle Ben. So I don't know if there'll be like a flashback or something later on, maybe, possibly, but I am now, I think, retroactively more curious as to what happened to Uncle Ben. And I do think that that's a cool thing as well. I also wanted to say, this is a little, my classic CinemaSins thing. Why the fuck are May and Peter still standing there? Like, there's a whole fight sequence of Strange and the symbiote inside of the school after Peter and May see it. And they're still standing outside the school. Peter and May are still standing there by the time the symbiote kicks Strange back out of the school building. So, like, everybody else is running, and be it Peter and May, they're like, we'll hang out here. We'll see how this goes. We'll see.
Let's bond a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see if a spider falls from the sky and bites you. Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
Well, I see your CinemaSins, and I raise you another one. Here's the thing. Lonnie tells him, oh, what, the star quarterback, this and that, saying, okay, you wouldn't think the star quarterback would have a knack for science or whatever. One, quarterbacks don't wear the number fucking 36. And two, how is he a quarterback? And then we see him catch a pass for a touchdown and then score? Like,
yeah, bro.
Granted, trick plays do exist, but It's just like,
Yeah,
what?
putting your starting quarterback on the line like that is kind of
Yeah,
a
let's
wild
throw our
move.
starting quarterback on a slant route. Like, I don't know. I was just like, okay, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I
And
didn't even think about that.
there was some corny dialogue. Like, I'll give it to them. I mean, like it's just whatever. It's gonna happen. Like once I see a like someone pull out a phone on live stream, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
In modern day cinema, if somebody pulls out a live streaming device and they have the fucking live 100,000, like just not in touch with reality at all, I'm just like, all right. So whatever, there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do wonder if they will take the Lonnie route because, like I said, we've only seen Harry twice, which I thought was odd, and I guess this is just my, um, the doing Harry Osborn so many times in the past to where I was like, well, where's the Harry and Peter stuff? Why are they doing the Norman stuff before the Harry and Peter stuff? And so I agree, I should just let that go. But I did find it interesting that they kind of let Harry take a back seat and are focusing on Lonnie instead. I like a lot of what they're doing. It seems like they do want to tell their own story while still just being like, here's Doctor Strange, here's Daredevil, here's Doctor Octopus. Like, just here are these MCU heroes that Luna Snow, shout out Marvel Rivals, Luna freaking Snow. Like, holy shit.
Gosh, this fucking kid, man.
One thing I love so much is how Marvel Rivals memes have taken over the internet. Like, I have seen so many like again, and they're like, it was like Daredevil Born Again, and they said Daredevil what, and it was a picture of Adam Warlock. I was like, oh, I
Bro,
love
I've
it.
actually seen some creative stuff like when Daredevil gets added to the game, like how they want his passive to be able to a little Marvel Rivals chat, I guess here, but
Marvel Rivals segment.
they want him to be able to see invisible characters, which makes sense 100%. But like they use the audio from What If of like the Infinity Ultron finding the Watcher, and he's like, "I see you," and then like that's like, dude, it's so it'd be so cool, it'd be so sick. And then somebody did it where like, I don't think this would ever happen in the MCU, but where Daredevil meets the Invisible Woman in the MCU, and then she's invisible, and like he just detects her, and he's like, "I can see you," you know. That'd be so.
And the fact that could actually happen in the MCU, like we're getting both of those characters this year.
Yep,
dude,
fire.
I'm telling you, the Marvel Rivals hype wave is going bananas. The fact that's why it's like, Ben, bro, you don't get it. They're adding new characters every other month or every season, whatever it is, and they have
Ben just loves to hate, bro.
Gallery.
That's why we kicked him off the pod, bro. He loves to hate, bro.
Did you see? I might have gotten fooled by this. I will fully admit I might have gotten fooled by this. That like Rocket League type of game mode, dude.
Have you played that or no?
No, is it
it's in the game? No, I don't know about it in beta, but like it's a game mode you can fully play. It's already out. It's a 3v3 game mode where you can only play as Black Widow. I almost said Shang-Chi, but Iron Fist and Star-Lord. And you can't shoot at anybody or anything, but their special moves, like Star-Lord's like shoot in every direction move or whatever. Yeah. If somebody's holding the ball and you're on the other team, you use that move and it makes them drop the ball, and then you pick it up and you can throw it to the other. It's a fun mode. It's fun, truthfully. I suck at it. Me and my two friends played it. We suck, but it's fun.
Holy, yeah, that's it for the podcast. Thank you for watching. Bye. We're going to play Marvel Rivals. Wow, dude, that's great. I didn't know it was an action. I thought it was just like a, hey, look at this early gameplay of a potential game mode that we could. Wow, I didn't know that.
No, yeah. And if you keep playing it, you earn like these paint things, and you're supposed to use them to paint this big image. And when you complete it, you get the Star-Lord skin where he was wearing like the lion mane thing for free.
Oh, that's
pretty cool.
That skin is sick. Yeah. Dude, they're doing a lot of big things over there. It's so freaking addicting. It's just so fun to play. Like those 30 bombs. Ooh, you feel on top, baby. You feel on top.
And keeping on Marvel a little bit. I don't know about you, man, but I feel like I've been doing this every time with every Marvel movie. Like when it's so far out, I don't care. With the exception of Fantastic Four, I'm always very, very excited for that. But when they're so far away, I just don't care. And then when it's like starts getting closer, like 2 weeks out, I start getting excited. I'm starting to feel that for Captain America right now. So
nice. Yeah, we're going Saturday. We got a lot of people. I got a lot of people coming, but I always feel kind of sad when I go on not a Thursday. I'm like, damn. Like,
yeah, I can spoil it for you and Ben, so that's crazy.
I mean, I might also go Thursday just to have that experience, but I am excited for it. I don't know. I have this blind sense of hope that
it'll be good.
maybe it'll be good.
Mhm.
You know,
Me too.
I'm really hoping that it is. But that is what, 2 weeks away?
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll have an episode where we talk about both your Friendly Neighborhood Spiderman and
Captain America and Invincible season 3.
Yeah, I have to finish my season 2 watch. I have to catch up on Severance, and there was something else I had to watch and catch up on. I forget. But I do have a lot of that to do, so should be fun. We're in fun times. We're in exciting times. I'm excited to keep covering the show. I'm excited to keep covering all these banger projects that are coming out. So yeah, Charlie, your first watch of the year for your list is coming up pretty quick. You and Ben's.
Wait, oh.
Invincible.
Yeah. Sorry, for some reason I was thinking you were talking about like Letterboxd. I was like, I don't track on Letterboxd. But, yeah, no. I'm
It would have
excited.
been Flight Risk.
Yeah, that actually was my first movie. My first
Oh,
actual movie of the year was Flight Risk. So,
tough.
but no, yeah, I'm excited, man. Well, my Invincible, like, sure, Invincible's coming out soon. I think yours is still gonna be the first one with Mickey 17 that'll be completely done. Because
Completely done.
Invincible, has to, like, the whole shows has to air, I believe, and then we'll have the final Rotten Tomato score on that. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Dude, that new trailer for Sinners, dude. Oh my god, dude, that was fantastic. I'm so excited for that movie. It made me, after finishing it, I was like, I probably should have added that to my list. Like that looks fire.
Yeah, I was talking to Brandon about it, and he was like, "I'm really surprised nobody went with Sinners." And I was like, "Charlie had it on there, but he went with." Anyways,
and watch, dude. You don't know how. I don't think you guys understand how much people dick ride Michael Jackson. All right, brother. You just wait.
I thought you were going to talk about Thunderbolts. I was going to say I can give you Thunderbolts. I mean, I can. I think it could be a really good movie, but I mean,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
my coworker brought it up, and he doesn't like. I don't talk to him. I want to be clear here. I don't talk to anybody about superhero stuff unless they talk to me. If they're not like if they're like a perceived normie or whatever, I don't talk to them about superhero stuff. So when he just randomly turned to me, I was like, "Hey man, did you see the trailer for that Thunderbolts movie coming out?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, yeah, of course I did." And he's like, "That looks like it's gonna fucking rip, right?" I was like, "Oh man, you just made me the happiest person on the face of this planet, man." Oh man, you guys. I wait for you guys to be
look. I genuinely hope it gets around time where they start doing like screenings and test reviews, whatever it is, and I genuinely hope that it is all 9, 10 out of 10. Like, I want a win. I need a win. So bad.
Agree, and that's why I want Captain America to be good as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're saying like Deadpool was a win. I want to clarify. Deadpool was a win, but I will say also I feel like it was very dry in terms of like character.
Yeah.
For at least Wade for Deadpool. Wolverine had a bit more to do character-wise, but still it wasn't like, I don't know, anything fantastic like compared to Wolverine and Logan, So
yeah. Agreed. Let's hope for some W's in the future. Let's hope this show can keep killing it, in my opinion, and pick it up in Charlie's opinion and probably Ben's opinion. We will see next week what Ben thinks about it, hopefully. And we will be back to discuss the next 3 episodes. Should be a fun one. Should be a great time. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you agree or disagree on this friendly, fun little banter that we had today. And without further ado, we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Adios.